In the deep, ancient past, there was a king who appears in the Quran in a flash of epic mystery. He is not a prophet, but he is guided by Allah. He is not a tyrant, but he commands armies. He is a king who, in a time of darkness, was given power over the entire world. He was given a mission, a journey to the very edges of the known earth, and on this journey, he would not just build an empire, he would build a prison for a force of chaos so terrifying that its release will signal the very end of the world. This king has a title, the Two-Horned One, Dhul-Qarnayn. But who was he? For centuries, this has been one of the greatest untold stories, one of the deepest mysteries in Islamic history. The companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him, were asked about him by the people of the book. They wanted to test the Prophet. They wanted to know about the traveling king. And Allah did not reveal his name. He did not reveal his dates, his lineage, or his kingdom. This is the first secret. The Quran is not a history book. It is a book of signs. Scholars, historians, and explorers have tried to pin him down. Some said he was Alexander the Great, a world conqueror. But Alexander was a pagan. He worshipped idols. The king in the Quran is a righteous, monotheistic, God-fearing believer. Others said he was Cyrus the Great, the Persian king, who also was a just ruler. But the truth is, the Quran is silent on his identity because his name does not matter. What matters is his mission, what matters is his character, and what matters more than anything is the wall he built. The story begins in the cave chapter, Surah Al-Kahf, the chapter we are told to recite every Friday as a protection. And Allah tells us, "And they ask you about Dhul-Qarnayn, say, I will recite to you a reminder of him. Truly, we established him in the land, and we gave him the means to all things." This is the second secret. He was a king of Asbab. The means. He was not just a man of prayer. He was a man of action, technology, and resources. He was a master of engineering, of geography, of governance, and Allah commanded him to use these means. So the first journey began. He followed away until he reached the setting of the sun, the absolute western edge of the world. The Quran says he found it setting in a spring of dark, murky water. This is not a scientific statement. This is the description of what he saw. Imagine standing on the coast of the Atlantic, watching the sun disappear into the black, churning, endless ocean. It is the end of the world, and there at the end of the world, he found a people. And Allah gave this king a test of absolute power. Allah said to him, "O Dhul-Qarnayn, either you punish them or you treat them with kindness." Imagine this choice. He has just conquered them. He is the most powerful man on earth. He can do whatever he wants. A tyrant would enslave them. A weak man would ignore them. But Dhul-Qarnayn, the righteous king, delivers a speech that reveals his entire character. He says, "As for one who does wrong, we will punish him. Then he will be returned to his Lord, and he will punish him with a terrible punishment. But as for one who believes and does righteousness, he will have a reward of goodness, and we will speak to him from our command with ease." He establishes a government, a perfect system, justice for the wicked, kindness and ease for the good. He is not a conqueror. He is a guide. His first mission is complete. He's established justice in the West. Then the second journey. Then he followed away until he reached the rising of the sun. He travels to the far, unknown east, the edge of the world. He finds a people for whom we had provided no covering, a primitive people, a people with no homes, no technology, no shelter from the scorching sun. And again, he establishes justice. He teaches them. He rules over them. He now controls the two horns of the world, the east and the west. He is the master of the known earth. But his greatest test, his final mission, was yet to come. Then he followed away until he reached a place between two mountains. Imagine him traveling north, or perhaps through a great unknown land, until he comes to a high, frozen, impossible mountain range. He finds a pass, a gap, and he enters it, and behind them, he found a people who could hardly understand a word. They are isolated. They speak a strange language. They are simple. They are primitive. And they are living in a state of absolute abject terror. They are not afraid of Dhul-Qarnayn and his armies. They are afraid of what is behind the mountains. They manage to communicate. They point to the gap. They speak the one word that has haunted history. They said, "O Dhul-Qarnayn, truly Gog and Magog are great corruptors in the land." Gog and Magog. In Arabic, Yajuji and Majuji. The Quran does not say they are monsters. It says they are corruptors. They are a force of chaos, a tide of destruction, the traditions of the prophet. Peace be upon him, describe them. They are human, descendants of Adam, but they are different. They are a swarm. They are a pestilence. They are a nation, or nations, so numerous that when the last of them passes a river, the first of them will have already drunk it dry. They are a force of pure consumption. They spread corruption. This means they do not build, they only destroy. They do not plant, they only devour. These simple people, living in the past, were their victims. Gog and Magog would swarm out, kill their men, take their women, destroy their crops, and then retreat back behind the mountains. And these people are desperate. They see Dhul-Qarnayn. They see his army, his technology, his power, and they make him an offer. Shall we pay you a tribute, a tax, that you might build between us and them a barrier? This is the moment, this is the untold secret of Dhul-Qarnayn's character. A normal king, even a good king, would say yes. He would take the tax. He would build the wall, and he would own this people forever. He would make them his subjects. Dhul-Qarnayn refuses. His answer changes history, he says. That in which my Lord has established me is better than your tribute. My power, my wealth, my knowledge, it is a gift from my Lord. I do not need your money. He reveals his mission is not for profit. It is for the sake of Allah. And then he says the second thing that shows his genius. He does not say, "Stand back, I will save you." He says, "So help me with strength, and I will build between you and them a rampart." He does not enslave them, he empowers them. He turns them from victims into builders, and the project begins. This is the untold technology. Dhul-Qarnayn, the master of means, looks at the gap. A simple stone wall will not work. Gog and Magog would tear it down. He commands, "Bring me blocks of iron." The people mobilize. They bring him every piece of iron they can find. He stacks it, filling the entire gap between the two mountains, from the bottom to the top. It is now a wall of solid iron blocks. But he is not finished. He commands, "Blow." They bring bellows, thousands of them. They heat the wall. They pump air, stoking the fires, until the entire wall of iron, thousands of tons of it, is glowing red hot, like a single molten piece. The heat is unimaginable. The mountains themselves are glowing. And at that peak, he gives the final masterstroke command, "Bring me molten copper to pour over it." They bring it, and he pours liquid boiling copper over the red-hot iron. The copper seeps into every crack, every gap, fusing the blocks, creating an alloy. The wall cools, and what is left is not a wall of stone or a wall of iron. It is a single, fused, metallic barrier. The Quran describes its perfection. So Gog and Magog were unable to scale it, nor were they able to pierce it. It was a smooth, unbreakable, unclimbable surface. He had, with knowledge given by Allah, built an impossible prison. He had trapped the force of chaos. He had saved his people. He had saved the world. He, Dhul-Qarnayn, had done it. But the story does not end there. This is the most shocking part of the entire story. A normal king would build a statue of himself. He would write his name on it. He would declare a holiday, Dhul-Qarnayn. This man of absolute faith does not even celebrate. He looks at his masterpiece, this feat of engineering that has saved the world, and the first words from his mouth are not words of pride. They are words of terrifying, absolute humility. He says, "This is a mercy from my Lord, but when the promise of my Lord comes, he will make it level, and the promise of my Lord is ever true." This is the secret of Dhul-Qarnayn. The story is not about a wall that will last forever. The story is a prophecy. Dhul-Qarnayn, the righteous king, the man of faith, the master of means, his entire life, his 3 great journeys were all so he could be the tool in Allah's plan to set a timer on the world. He built a temporary barrier. He built a ticking clock. And the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, confirmed this. He woke up one day, his face red, and he said, "Woe to the Arabs from an evil that has drawn near. Today, a hole as small as this has been opened in the wall of Gog and Magog," and he made a circle with his thumb and his forefinger. The untold story of Dhul-Qarnayn is not a story from the past. It is a story about our future. The story is in Surah Al-Kahf, the cave chapter, the very chapter the Prophet told us to read to protect us from the Dajjal, the Antichrist. This is not a coincidence. The release of Gog and Magog, the breaking of this very wall, is one of the major, final, and most terrifying signs of the end times. Dhul-Qarnayn's story is not just a history, it is a warning. It teaches us that no matter how great our technology, no matter how strong our walls, no matter how righteous our kings, nothing can stop the promise of Allah. He was a king who trapped chaos, but he was also a believer who knew that one day that chaos would be unleashed. His wall is still out there, and every day Gog and Magog are trying to dig, and one day they will not say tomorrow. They will break through. The great king is gone, but his final, greatest legacy remains. It is a wall, and it is a warning. The wall will fall, and the promise of Allah is ever true.